Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy hump day. I hope, again, you had a great sleep. I know we didn't, that's for sure. One of the boys was up like all night. So definitely have my coffee and collagen in hand. Well, not right in hand right this moment, but it's right here. Anyways, what I thought was because sometimes Wednesday can be a little bit of a tough day for kind of us during kind of midweek. I wanted to keep it a little bit lighter today and get into some funner moves and maybe a little bit get that heart rate going. So let's start. I actually have 5 different kind of moves for you today. I've incorporated that into a workout, so if you wanted to check it out below to see how you can make this a 10-minute workout. All right, easy peasy. So to start with, we're gonna do a little bit more of a dynamic warm-up, all right? And these are actually, they're really good. You can use this as a bit of a cardio exercise to get that heart rate up, nice low impact, okay? If you have any back issues, the second one, I'll just give you a little bit of a heads up, but I'll show you what you can do, okay? So we'll just limit that one. All right, so you're gonna take your feet out nice and wide, all right? Toes pointing just slightly out. What we're gonna do is a cross body, so we're gonna twist, okay? We're gonna lean in to the side, the knee on the side that we're twisting towards, and then back, okay? You can bring your hands to your hips, and what this one's doing is we're just warming up, getting a nice thoracic spine mobility and shoulders, kind of getting coordination going. Okay, so you can do it single time. You can also pick it up and do it double time. So you want to do 20 of these, all right? 20 of those bad boys. Really nice. I always get some snap, crackle, pops in the spine when I do that one. Then you're going to keep your feet out wide from here. We're going to go into another bit of a stretch here. So you're just going to take your left arm, you're going to reach it up and overhead. Your right arm is sliding kind of down the thighs, soft bend in the knees. You're just going to hold it here. And then here, if you have any back issues, sometimes going down and around can be a bit of an issue on the back. So just hold that stretch. If this, you can kind of play around by opening up the chest a little bit instead. Okay, so holding that for just a moment. Otherwise, you're here, then you're going to release. You're going to swing down and around like you've got a giant beach ball and back up. Go the other way. Okay, opposite. You're going to hold and then down and around. So just 2 each direction. So 4 total. It's okay, Laura. The boys are here playing beside me. Okay, so those 2 are kind of your fun warm-up exercises. Now we've got a supported row. So for equipment today, all I have is 1 water bottle. So grab 1 weight. That's all you really need. If you have 2, you can go ahead and grab 2, but otherwise just 1. We're going into a supported row. So here you can use a counter or a table, or in my case I'm going to use the couch. We're going to take a 1 foot forward, 1 foot back called the staggered stance. Okay? And then the side that's going to be moving and working is going to be the side the leg is back on. Okay? So the front leg is supporting with that same arm, and then the one that's back and this one are working. All right, so soft bend through the knees. Here, I'm going to be supporting the upper body weight with that hand. What I don't want you to do is really kind of forget about your core, forget about everything else, and put all of your weight in that front arm. That's not the idea. The idea is still to kind of be nice and long through the spine, straight back. Glutes are still squeezing, shoulders are rolled back and down, and my core, belly button is pulled in and up to help support that upper body. So I should, realistically, be able to lift my hand up off the ground, because we're not going heavy right now, okay? Because that's hard on the wrist, make a fist, and you can hang out there. So with this one, the important thing is to keep your shoulders and your hips and everything aligned. All right, so see how I'm kind of open to the camera right now while I'm explaining? I'm not gonna pull my weights up like this, okay? I'm gonna redirect. I'm gonna make sure that my shoulders, hips, everything are level and pointing forward. And then I'm going to start with my arm down on just hanging down. You guys, okay, can you? All right, so you're gonna lead with the elbow. Okay, nice neutral spine. Lead with the elbow, driving it up. We're keeping it nice and close into the rib cage today. All right, so lower nice and slowly. Drive that elbow up. You want to squeeze your shoulder blade in towards that spine. So those muscles are working. All right, 10 each side. All right, next one, we're gonna keep it a little bit lighter with another kind of cardio move. It's called the jack press. So we all know the jumping jacks, right? Jumping jacks are step outs. So here's your low impact option for this one is to, let me back up just a little bit, hopefully you can see, yeah. All right, so, this is kind of an awkward angle, but, all right, today. So we're going to take those feet out like we're doing a step out. Okay, so feet are doing this, but instead of our arms going out to the side and up, we're just pressing straight up overhead. If you can't press straight up overhead, just press out and up. Again, we're not going super heavy, but just work within your range of motion. If you can only get to here, then that's where you get to. You can get straight above the head, that's awesome. So try and keep your shoulders relaxed or your neck muscles relaxed with this one. So it's gonna look like this. So a little bit of coordination. Add that little bit of weight for that slight resistance. And then if you want to pick it up, you can take both feet out, jumping and reaching up. You want to try and keep those elbows forward with that one. And of course, always belly button pulled in and up. Last but not least, I turn my mat around here. Okay, this is going to be something called a hip thruster. So you're going to be down, you're going to be leaning against a solid surface like a couch, all right? Something that's not like a wall. You have to be able to lift up and lean back into it. So I'll show you that in a second. If this move is not available to you, then your substitute move is going to be a good morning. So you can still add a weight in here. Be very careful with a good morning if you're adding a weight. All right, that you're doing it properly. You shouldn't have any tension really or pain through that low back. You want to keep pretty much all the working muscles. You're going to have a little bit subsequently in your low back, but majority you want to feel it working through your hamstrings and glutes. So here's a good morning quickly, just to remind you. Okay, it's that hip hinge. So pushing the hips back, soft bend through the knees, feet are about hip width apart, and you're coming down with a flat back to the point where you're feeling tension, squeezing your glutes, coming back up. So push your butt back like you're trying to touch the wall behind you and pull them forward. So that's your good morning. Otherwise, you're going into a hip thruster. So here we're doing a double-footed hip thruster today. You can have your weight if you like. If you've never done this move before, just drop the weight, work on form, see how it feels for you, okay? So you want to be against a surface here, like a couch or a stool, but make sure that it's obviously not going to move. Sometimes that can be a little bit tricky at home, but you want to try and make sure that it's not going to be sliding all over the place for your safety. All right, so you're going to plant those feet, knees are going to be bent. All right, you might have to play around with the distance from your bum away for your feet, just because when we come up, you want to look and make sure that you're about a 90-degree angle with your knees. Sometimes that takes a couple of like, oh yeah, no, I'm like too close or I'm way too far away. So you can play with that a little bit. It's not going to be perfect necessarily right from the beginning. All right, so the most important thing with this one is we want to keep our eyes pointing straight forward. All right, and then what we'll do is just like a glute bridge that we do on the floor, we're trying to keep our movement from our sternum down. So this part of our body, from our head kind of to our chest, we're trying to keep fairly still for the most part. It's going to move a little bit, but we want to think about our movement happening in our glutes, okay, driving our weight into our heels and really just using the legs and the glutes more. Okay, so from here, I'm going to look straight forward. We'll work on my double chin here, and then I'm going to squeeze my glutes, pull my belly button in, okay? And then I'm going to lift my body up. See, I'm a little bit, so I can walk those feet out a little bit. Here I'm going to squeeze my glutes. I'm still looking forward, okay? And then you're going to lower. If whatever you're using is kind of high on the back and you feel like you're going to slip off, you don't have to bring your bum all the way to the ground, okay? You don't have to touch. Just go to that point where you might feel like you're about to sort of shift or slide, and then you're going to stop there, lifting, okay, squeezing the glutes. You can have your weight right on your hips there. So yeah, I'm looking forward, So oftentimes you see going like this. That's probably a better technique for single-legged hip thrusters. But the double, we're trying to keep that movement small, okay, and in the hips. All right, guys. So those are your moves today. A few extras in there, so lots of sort of cueing and information, but I hope that you enjoy and you get some moves in today and it helps you get through this hump day. All right, that's it. Okay, guys, oh, I can't talk this morning. It's the lack of sleep, but you guys get it. All right, so have an awesome one and we'll talk to you later. Again, as always, let me know if you have any questions. If the moves aren't available for you, I'm always happy to help you with any modifications or different variations of things and different exercises to help you out. So please feel free to reach out and we'll talk again tomorrow. Take care.